Hello everyone and welcome to Sally and Bytes. Today, I am here to teach Functions in Python, Part 7, for the Class 12 students of Computer Science. In this video, we are going to learn flow of execution of program using main function as a function, flow of execution containing function call with visualization and practical implementation. So let's dive in and get started. At first, let's know what flow of execution in Python program means. The flow of execution basically refers to the order in which statements are executed. That is to say, execution always starts at the first statement of the program. Moreover, statements execute one at a time. It happens in order, from top to bottom. Now, look at the second box. Let's discuss about the function definition. Function definitions do not alter the flow of execution of the program. However, it remembers the statements inside the function. They do not execute until the function is called. Now, look at the third box. Let's discuss about the function calls. Function calls are similar to a bypass in the flow of execution. Thus, in place of going to the next statement, the flow will jump to the first line of the called function. Then, it will execute all the statements there. After that, it will come back to pick up where it left off. Look at the fourth box. It is essential to remember that when reading a program, do not read it from top to bottom. Instead, keep following the flow of execution. This will ensure that one reads the def statements as they are scanning from top to bottom. However, one must skip the statements of the function definition until they reach a point where that function is called. Now, let's discuss about the flow of execution of Python program using main function as a function. Come on, now, where does the flow of execution start in Python? Here is the answer: the main function is like the entry point of a program. But, the Python interpreter runs the code right from the first line. Thus, the execution of the code begins from the starting line, proceeds line by line. Including a main function is not mandatory in Python. It can structure our Python programs in a logical way that puts the most important components of the program. It can also make our programs easier for non-Python programmers to read. Let's see an example for flow of execution of Python program using main function, so that you can understand it better. In this Python program, let's see the flow of execution. When the script is executed, the Python interpreter starts from the top of the script and encounters the main function call on the 7th line. Now, look at line 7. You can see the main function called. So, the main function in line 4 is then executed. It prints this as the main function to the console. Next, the hello function in line 6 is called from within the main function. So the hello function in line 1 is executed, and it prints hello, world, to the console. Now, look at line 7, the main function is called, and in line 4, 5, 6, within the main function definition, the hello function was also called. The flow of execution followed the path from the main function to the hello function, and then it returned to the main function after the hello function completed its execution. Instead of directly calling the main function at the end of the script, you can add a conditional check. Look at the syntax below. If 2_name, 2_ equal to, 2_ main, 2_ inside the main function itself. This way, the main function will only be executed if the script is run as the main program, not when it's imported as a module. Let's try to understand this syntax. Every Python module has a built-in variable called 2_name, 2_, that is, 2_ places before and after name, containing the name of the module. Now, look at the first box. In Python, 2_ name, 2_ is a built-in variable that stores the name of the current module. When a Python script is run, the value of 2_ name, 2_ is set to 2_ main, 2 underscores, if it is the main program being executed. Now, look at the second box. 2 underscores, main, 2 underscores is a string literal that represents the name of the main module in Python. When you run a Python script directly, for example, using the Python command or running the script from an IDE, the module name is set to 2 underscores, main, 2 underscores. Now look at the third box. If 2 underscores, name, 2 underscores equal to 2 underscores, main, 2 underscores, this line is a conditional check that evaluates whether the script is being run as the main program. If the condition is true, the code block following this line will be executed. If the condition is false, for example, when the script is imported as a module, the code block will be skipped. Look at the fourth block. Main function. Inside the conditional block, there is a call to the main function. This is where you typically put the code that you want to execute when the script is run as the main program. Let's see an example. Write a Python program to compute the area of a rectangle on the basis of length and breadth inputted by the user as the arguments to this function. Now, look at line 1, 2, and 3 of this code. We define a function rectangle underscore area of length, breadth that takes 2 arguments length and breadth and computes the area of the rectangle by multiplying these 2 values. In line 5, in the main function, we use a try-except block to handle any potential input errors. In line 7 and 8, the user is prompted to enter the length and breadth of the rectangle as floating point numbers. In line 9, we check if the input values are positive, greater than 0, using a conditional check. In line 10, if they are not positive, we print an error message. In line 12 and 13, if the input values are positive, we call the rectangle underscore area function with the provided length and breadth and print the result. In line 17 and 18, the main function is called only when the script is run as the main program, not when imported as a module. Let's discuss about the flow of execution of Python program containing function call. Some key points to remember. Execution of a program starts from the first line of the code, executes one line at a time from top to bottom. The function definition never changes the sequence of execution of a program, but the statements inside the function are only executed when the function is called. A function can be called from inside of another function. A function can be declared inside of another function declaration. This idea is similar to recursion. Don't read the program from top to bottom, but read the execution flow. As we know that any function, in order to work, has to be called with proper arguments. So we are going to look into how a function works, starting from the function call till result generation. We will consider a very simple addition program that adds 2 numbers. This code takes 5 steps to be executed. Step 1. Now, look at line 1 of the Python code. The flow of execution is from top to bottom. Line 1 gets executed, but as it contains the def keyword, which I have highlighted def keyword, in yellow box, the interpreter gets aware that it is a function declaration, so it jumps over it. This shows that a function never gets executed unless called. Right side you can see the visualization, where frames and objects are allocated. Now, in step 2, the execution jumps to line 4. Look at line 4. This is the point where the function add is called inside the print function and a global frame is created that stores the function add, and its execution will start. You can look at the visualization on the right side of the screen, how a global frame is created that stores the function add. Step 3. The execution control jumps to line 1 and the stack frame, memory block, for add is created along with the values that are passed as arguments in the function call. Now, look at the visualization, how stack frame, memory block is created for function add with the values, a equals 10 and b equals 20. Step 4. Now the return statement is encountered in line 2. In step 5, the sum operation is executed and the result is generated. Also, look at the visualization. The return value is displayed 30, which is the output. Done running 5 steps. Now the stack frame is destroyed and the value is returned to the calling function. Hence we get the output of 30. Look at the visualization for reference. Python is good at keeping track of the execution so that each time a function completes, the program picks up from the place where it left off, until it gets to the end of the program where it terminates. Now, look at example 2. Addition and subtraction program of 2 numbers. Look at line 1. Execution begins from line 1. Here, the interpreter encounters a function definition, which will not be executed till the function is called. Then the interpreter's control reaches line 4, where the second function definition is encountered, which gets skipped. After this, the control reaches line 11 and 12 and gets executed. Then, in succession, line 13 is executed, where the interpreter encounters a function call and jumps to the function header and starts executing line 1, 2, and 3. Line 3 is the return statement, which shall return the value back to the function call statement. Thus, the returned value is received by the variable add in line 13, from where it was called, and gets printed upon the execution of line 14. Now, the interpreter executes line 15 in succession, which is again a function call. The control then jumps to line 4 and executes lines 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 respectively. The control goes back to line 15 with returning value and finally executes line 16 and terminates the program. Hope you can understand the flow of execution containing function calls. Thanks for watching. Watch the upcoming videos. Functions in Python, Part 8, Recursion, How Recursion Works, Recursion versus Iteration with Practical Implementation. You can check the link in the description box below.